Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell y'all something that we did not get to see when we saw the last press conference in New Jersey. Well, apparently Al Sharpton showed up and he was ran off by an angry crowd of people. They didn't want to see him. So, activists block Al Sharpton from speaking at Bridgewater, New Jersey Mall Conference. It's always those things you don't see. Okay. So the black teenager who was seen in a viral video getting rough treatment from police at Bridgewater Common Mall got to speak his own piece during a news conference on Wednesday, but nobody got to hear from the Reverend Al Sharpton, a pulverizing civil rights activist and media personality who was scheduled to speak at noon with the teen's family and attorney. And we know their attorney is Benjamin Crump. That's because an angry group of Black activists interrupted the start of the conference by calling out Sharpton, a nationally renowned civil rights attorney, and they also called out Benjamin Crump as outsiders. The conference was then hastily moved into the Bridgewater Administration building. Now, that building is also the location of the police department. Okay, so that's where they had the press conference. But Sharpton left before it started. So they were pretty much saying, we don't need to hear from Al Sharpton. We don't want him here. We don't want him to speak. We want nothing from Al Sharpton. They want nothing. They didn't want his presence there at all. So in my last video, you did hear this teen speak. You also heard his mother speak, and his father was there too. And during the conference, and I don't know why it wasn't on the video, but his father also was there and he spoke, and his father is in his life. Crump said it was wrong that the police treat people differently based on color and hoped that the tragic incident with Zakai will represent a new president here in Bridgewater, New Jersey, a president here in the state of New Jersey, a new president in the United States of America. It won't. This is one incident and it will be treated that way. I'm just telling you. So we also heard his mother, Ebony Hussein, and she also spoke at the conference. So she called on the governor, the Bridgewater police chief, and the mayor to enact change and end police bias. Legislation A 1720 has been introduced in the assembly that calls for bias training for all New Jersey police officer, and a spokesperson for the governor said they have no comment on pending legislation. So they're trying to, we know this doesn't change anything. I mean, uh, never mind. Let me just move on. So Zakai's father, Jihad Hussein, said his son is a good student, loves sports, helps people in the community, and visits his grandmother almost every weekend. And the way the cops treated him was as if he was a bad kid, as if he were doing drugs or something of that nature. And I don't support that. So that's what his father said. All right, so we saw the other teen and he briefly did a video, and I really truly don't care about him. And ladies and gentlemen, it was said that that teen has been up at that mall on other occasions messing with people. So that incident was not the first time he's done it. It's just that Sakai was the first one to stand up to him. That's all. Crump stressed the important to file a lawsuit because it has to be documented that we will hold people accountable who discriminate against our children. because our children's lives matter. Chaos at the news conference. As the news conference was about to begin, a man who was identified as Africa of the New Africa Black Panthers began yelling over a portable loudspeaker system, saying that he was tired of people like Al Sharpton coming into the neighborhood. We don't have no money. We don't have no platform. We don't have no CNN. We don't have no MSNBC every day. We're the ones catching bullets. We're the ones sleeping on the floor to feed our kids, he said. He said people cannot afford rent from the jobs that they have. And people like Al Sharpton, they come into our neighborhoods. They're all millionaires. Al Sharpton is a millionaire. I'm broke. We're all broke. They don't breathe this air we breathe. Several people tried to reason with Africa and two other men to no avail. Al Sharpton disappeared, and eventually the news conference moved inside the Bridgewater Administrative Building. Okay, so that all occurred before we even saw the beginning of the press conference. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to give you that update because when I did that last video, it made no mention of Al Sharpton even being there at the news conference. But y'all, please tell me what you think. I don't blame people for not wanting Al Sharpton around. If anything happened in my family, I sure would not want him around me either. You know, I think there's a very false perception that we look upon Al Sharpton as a leader. We don't. We don't. And I just find it funny that people of other groups think they can tell us who our leaders are. I mean, if that's not the most laughable thing, I don't know what is. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen, about this latest development. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.